What if I told you Marcus Aurelius faced the same problems as you? It sounds strange, doesn't it? He was a Roman emperor, one of the most powerful men on earth. He lived almost 2,000 years ago. He wore a toga, not a t-shirt. He commanded legions, not conference calls. His world was one of swords, sandals, stone tablets. Our world is filled with smartphones, deadlines, and endless notifications. What could we possibly have in common with a man who lived in such a different time? It feels like we are separated by an ocean of history, culture, and technology. Yet, beneath the surface of our modern lives, the human heart beats with the same rhythm it always has. We still feel the sting of anxiety late at night. We still get angry at a coworker, a family member. We wrestle with self-doubt, wondering if we are good enough. We face the pain of loss and the fear of an uncertain future. These feelings are not new. They are not unique to our generation or our society. They are the timeless challenges of being human. Marcus Aurelius knew these feelings intimately. He wasn't just an emperor. He was a father, a husband, a leader, a man trying to do his best in a difficult world. He faced betrayal from his closest allies. He managed a plague that swept through his empire, a crisis not unlike the pandemics we have known. He suffered the loss of children, friends. He felt the immense pressure of his responsibilities, the weight of an entire world on his shoulders, and in the quiet moments, often late at night by candlelight during his military campaigns, he wrote to himself. He wasn't writing a book for us to read. He was writing a private journal, a series of notes and reminders to help him navigate his own struggles. This journal, which we now call Meditations, is a window into the mind of a great man facing very human problems. The surprising thing is not that he had these problems. The surprising thing is how he dealt with them. He didn't just endure his struggles. He developed a philosophy for living, a practical system for finding peace, purpose, and strength in the middle of chaos. He used ancient Stoic wisdom to guide his thoughts and actions, turning his challenges into opportunities for growth. He found a way to be calm when others were panicking. He found a way to be just when others were selfish. He found a way to keep going when he felt like giving up. His private thoughts have become a timeless guide for anyone seeking resilience and tranquility. In this essay, we are going to explore this connection. We will bridge that gap of 2,000 years. We will look at the problems you face every day, the stress, the frustration, the self-criticism, the fear. And for each one, we will turn to Marcus Aurelius. We won't just admire his wisdom from a distance. We will treat his meditations as a practical handbook, a manual for a better life. This is not about history or abstract philosophy. This is about finding real solutions for your real problems right now. It is about understanding that the answers you are looking for might have been waiting for you for centuries. We will follow a simple path. First, we will identify a common modern struggle, something you might be feeling at this very moment. Perhaps it's the anxiety of a looming deadline, or the anger from a disagreement online. We will describe the problem in clear terms, making it feel familiar and understood. We will show you that you are not alone in feeling this way. Millions of people share these exact same battles every single day. Recognizing the shared nature of our struggles is the first step toward finding a way through them, connecting us not only to each other, but also to those who came before us. Then, we will open the pages of Meditations. A story, a quote, an idea. You will see how he wrestled with the same emotions and situations. We will hear his voice, calm and clear, offering a different perspective. He will show us how to reframe our thoughts, how to focus on what we can control, and how to find our inner strength. His words act as a mirror, reflecting our own challenges back at us, but with a newfound sense of clarity and possibility. It is like having a wise and compassionate mentor by your side. Most importantly, we will turn his ancient wisdom into practical steps you can use today. This is the core of our journey together. We will break down his advice into simple, actionable techniques. Journaling exercises, thought experiments, small changes in your daily routine. These are not grand, difficult changes. They are small, manageable actions designed to make an immediate difference in how you feel and how you handle your life. The goal is to leave you not just inspired, but equipped, You will have a Stoic toolkit to help you face your own problems with courage, calm, wisdom. Table of Contents. Part 2. Act 1. The Problem of Anxiety. The Sleepless Night. The Emperor's Prescription. Your Stoic toolkit for anxiety. It's 3 in the morning. The world outside your window is dark and silent, but your mind is screaming. You have a big presentation tomorrow. What if you forget your words? What if your boss thinks it's terrible? Or maybe you're worried about money. The bills are piling up, and your bank account looks smaller every day. Your thoughts start to spiral. One worry latches onto another, creating a tangled chain of fear that wraps tightly around your chest. You stare at the ceiling, replaying past mistakes and imagining future disasters. You know you need to sleep, but your brain just won't shut off. This feeling is anxiety. It's the mental noise that drowns out the present moment. It's the constant what-if game that our minds love to play. We worry about things that haven't happened yet and might never happen at all. We feel a sense of dread about the future, a future that is completely out of our hands. This anxiety can be paralyzing. It steals our sleep, drains our energy, and makes it impossible to focus on the tasks right in front of us. It makes us feel small and powerless, like we are adrift in a sea of uncertainty, tossed about by waves of fear we cannot control. Now, let's imagine Marcus Aurelius in his tent. He is far from home, leading a war on the northern frontier of the Roman Empire. The stakes are incredibly high. The fate of millions rests on his decisions. He is surrounded by disease. He is surrounded by danger. He is surrounded by the constant threat of battle. If anyone had a reason to feel anxious, it was him. In his journal, he wrote, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." This was his prescription for anxiety. Section 3. Your Stoic Toolkit for Anxiety. So, how can we apply the Emperor's prescription to our own sleepless nights? We can start by building a practical Stoic toolkit. These are simple exercises you can use the moment you feel anxiety begin to rise. The first tool is to simply notice and name your thoughts. Say to yourself, "I am having an anxious thought about my presentation." By labeling it, you create a small space between you and the thought. You are not your anxiety. You are the person observing the anxiety. The second tool is to bring your focus back to the present moment. Look around the room and name 5 things you can see. Notice 4 things you can feel. Listen for 3 things you can hear. Identify 2 things you can smell. Name 1 thing you can taste. A third powerful tool is the small control list. On one side, write down all the aspects of the situation you cannot control. On the other side, write down the things you can control. Pour all your energy into the second list. This clarifies your focus and restores a sense of agency. Finally, start a simple journaling practice, just like Marcus did. At the end of each day, or whenever you feel anxious, take 5 minutes to write down your worries. Get them out of your head and onto the page. Often, you will find that the worries shrink when exposed to the light. It is about training your mind to shift from passive worrying to active problem solving. The modern battlefield. Anger is everywhere. It feels like our world is running on a fuel of friction and outrage. You see it on social media, strangers screaming in comment threads. You feel it in traffic. Another driver cuts you off, a flash of hot rage. It bubbles up at the family dinner table during a political disagreement. It simmers in the office after a colleague takes credit for your work. This constant exposure to conflict leaves us feeling defensive, irritable, exhausted. This anger is a fire. In the moment, it can feel powerful, righteous. But more often than not, this fire burns us more than it burns its target. It clouds our judgment, making it impossible to think clearly. It damages our relationships, pushing away the very people we care about. It floods our bodies with stress hormones, leaving us drained and unwell long after the spark fades. The Emperor's shield. Marcus Aurelius knew this fire all too well. As the ruler of a vast and complex empire, he dealt with incompetence, betrayal, constant opposition. He could have been a tyrant, ruling through fear and rage. But Marcus chose a different way. He wrote in his journal, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He was not surprised by it, so he was not angered by it. We are not angered by what people do. We are angered by our opinion of what they do. Imagine you're in a team meeting. You've spent weeks working on a project, and you're finally presenting your findings. Halfway through your presentation, a senior colleague interrupts you. He does it publicly, in front of your boss and the entire team. In that moment, you feel a hot flush of anger. Your immediate instinct is to fight back. You see his interruption as a direct personal attack. Now, let's replay that same scene through a stoic lens. But instead of letting it take over, you pause. You take a silent, deep breath. You calmly acknowledge his point. You might say, "That's an interesting perspective, David. I'd be happy to discuss that alternative approach after the presentation so we can stay on track." You have not been weak. You have demonstrated immense strength, the strength of self-control. You have maintained your professionalism, a far greater victory than winning a petty argument. The first tool is the strategic pause. When you feel anger rising, commit to creating a small gap between the trigger and your response. The second tool, reframe the other person's intentions. We assume malice. Consider thoughtlessness. Consider ignorance. Third tool, the view from above. From that perspective, how important is this argument? Will it matter in a day, a week, or a year? Finally, clarify your values. Use anger as a signal, then defend the value calmly and constructively. Life is change. This is a fundamental truth, but one we often resist with all our might. We build our lives on what feels like solid ground, a job we rely on, relationships we cherish, a daily routine. Then, without warning, the ground beneath our feet begins to shake. A relationship comes to an end. A job vanishes. We lose a loved one. Our identity can feel shattered. We stare into a void, unsure what comes next or how we'll find our footing again. Marcus Aurelius lived a life defined by loss. He buried many of his own children. He lost his wife, Faustina. He saw friends and trusted advisors fall ill and die. In his journal he wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." He trained himself to see change not as a cruel thief, but as a natural process of transformation, like a river flowing. When you kiss your child goodnight, they would advise, whisper to yourself, "You are mortal." This is not meant to be morbid. It is a practice of remembering the precious, temporary nature of the moment. By accepting that everything outside of him was subject to change, he found an unshakable source of strength within. He could bend with the winds of fortune instead of breaking before them. We have walked a long road together, back through 2,000 years of history. We started with the problems of our modern world, the anxiety, the anger, the self-doubt, and the pain of loss. But then we opened a private journal. We found a man who was wrestling with the very same demons that we do. He taught us that while we cannot control the world around us, we can always control our response. Our power lies not in changing our circumstances, but in changing our minds. He gave us a toolkit filled with powerful ideas. They are practical strategies. So, the journey does not end here. In fact, it is just beginning. Don't try to become a perfect stoic overnight. Just pick one thing, just one. The path is there. It is waiting for you to take the first step.